Next question. 999 Silver Moto says, I like to eat cereal while watching videos. What is your favorite cereal? My favorite cereal is Reese's Puffs because they're the best. And also, I agree with you that watching videos while eating cereal is like the best thing ever. I do that every morning. Every morning since I was like in high school, I would get cereal in the morning and watch a video, and then I would go to school. And I still do the same thing to this day. I get my cereal in the morning, I watch a video, one of my subscriptions or whatever, or I'll watch one of Mike's videos or whatever, and then I'll start working. But I always have the same. I've always done that when I wake up in the morning, so I sympathize with you. That is like the best thing to do. And Reese's Puffs are my favorite cereal. I think there's a lot of other good cereals. I really like Waffle Crisp. Waffle Crisp is amazing. I love that cereal. And there's a couple others that I like, but I think Waffle Crisp and Reese's Puffs have got to be my two favorites. And look at this shit. I already got hurt. Like, Jen's already like fucking hurt. Fuck it. We're just gonna do some more farming here because I keep getting into like 800 battles before I can even get to the damn volcano. And that's not cool. And everything does so much damage, man. And I can't fucking, you know, I can't get more armor. I just checked the armor store. There's no better armor for me to get. Because the thief can't wear any good armor. The black mage can't wear any good armor, and the white mage can't wear any good armor. It's only Mike. So if any of them get hit, they just get fucking fucked up. And there's nothing I can do about it. Silver Moto asked another question too. Oh jeez, okay. Time for Fire 3. He asked, what's the best snacks for power leveling? Let's see here. Well, in general, not with just power leveling, but whenever I have to grind anything, I usually put on a video, you know, that I can watch. Usually like an esports something, because I watch a lot of esports. Something that I can just kind of have in the background while I'm farming. And you know, I'm not much of a snacker. You know, but I will eat. I have a thing of peanuts here. They're honey roasted, dry roasted peanuts, Planters peanuts. So I could chow on those, or I like to eat. I like to eat a lot of different chips. There's these. I think they're Lay's chips. I forget the name of the flavor. But I'm like addicted to those. And I also really like Funyuns. Funyuns are delicious. So, you know, either your chip of choice or peanuts are also good. Peanuts are good to snack on. You can eat a ton of them without getting full, and they're good for you. Peanuts are good for you in many different levels. They're very salty. And you know, there's parts of them that aren't good for you, but in general, peanuts are very good for you. They have a lot of protein, so it's not too bad to chomp down on a bunch of peanuts. Much better than eating chips, at least. Okay, let's see. I think I have one more question. Yeah, the only other question is from ASL19999. Who asks, did you play through the Final Fantasy 15 demo? No, I didn't. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think you had to buy 14 to get the 15 demo, right? And I did not buy 14. I plan on buying 14. I want to play it, but I couldn't afford it when it was new. I'm waiting for it to be used and $45 or something, and then I can go to GameStop and use my card, and I'll get it for like $40. But I couldn't afford it at $60, so I didn't buy it. But I was tempted because of the Final Fantasy 15 demo. But I did read about it, and honestly, I think it sounds pretty cool. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, you know, why does Final Fantasy gotta be all not turn-based anymore and yada yada, but I don't mind it. I think, like, okay, if the Final Fantasy VII Remake isn't turn-based, that's gonna piss me off, okay, because Final Fantasy VII is supposed to be turn-based. The game is turn-based. If you're gonna make a remake of it, make it turn-based. That's the way the game is, you know? And if you're gonna make a remake of any of the other Final Fantasies, you make it turn-based, because that's what the old Final Fantasies are. But nothing, you know, nothing is saying that the new Final Fantasies also have to be turn-based, you know? It could change. I've liked most of the changes that Final Fantasy has done, surprisingly. A lot of people think that since I'm a Final Fantasy VII guru guy, that I'm just like everyone else, where I'm like, oh, it should all be the same and stuff. But no, I liked the sphere grid. I liked 12 when it changed and you were like moving and turn-based at the same time. I liked 13, even though it was linear. I liked all those changes. I do think the linear change kind of, you know, could have been... I don't think that game needed to be that linear, but I didn't mind it as much as everyone else. Everyone else was like, oh, this is linear, this is fucking bullshit, and like totally said the game sucks. I don't think the game sucked. I think Final Fantasy 13 was a great game. I don't think it should have been linear, but that was their choice and whatever. I still think it was a good game. So, you know, I don't mind the change as much with the newer ones. I hate... Like, I wouldn't want them to go back and change the old ones. Like I said, with the remake, it should be turn-based, I think. But in terms of the new ones, I think they can do whatever the hell they want as long as it's a good game. And it sounds like a fantastic game. I mean, it sounds so cool. It sounds like Final Fantasy 12, but done correctly. You know? Is there a way in there? No, okay. Because, and don't get me wrong, I liked Final Fantasy 12, but I think the fighting system could have been better. And it sounds like Final Fantasy 15 is going to be like Final Fantasy 12, but better. The fighting is going to be more, I guess, more interactive. It's going to be... I mean, I don't want to say it's going to be like Kingdom Hearts, but it does kind of sound like it's going to be like Kingdom Hearts. Which, I love Kingdom Hearts, so I you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with making it like Kingdom Hearts as long as they do it correctly. So, in terms of, one of the best things I liked about Final Fantasy 12, and I think more games should do this. God, Card just got his ass kicked. Oh, they almost just killed Card. In Final Fantasy 12, the first place you go, you're fighting these little creatures, and then there's this big T-Rex that pops out of nowhere. And if you go over and fight the T-Rex, he absolutely obliterates your face. And it makes you want to play the game because you want to get to the point where you're strong enough to beat that T-Rex. And I don't think games do that often enough. And it's like one of the only things that I like about MMOs. Like, I hate playing MMOs, but one of the best things about MMOs is a lot of times they do stuff like that. And I think that's a really good way to get somebody to want to play the game and get strong. Even Mega Man did the same thing. Mega Man X, the first one, Mega Man X, I think. When you get through the first level, you fight a guy who completely obliterates your shit, and then it makes you feel like, you know, I'm so weak, I need to get stronger. If you've ever seen Sequelitis from Ego Raptor, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, it makes you feel weak, and it makes you feel like, oh, I gotta get stronger, I gotta, you know, beat this guy, and later in the game you get to do just that, and you feel like really accomplished. So I feel like games should do that more, and it sounds like Final Fantasy 15 could be the perfect candidate for that, you know, because it sounds like it's very open world and you can drive around and stuff. So I hope that they do something where when you start off the game, you can drive around to wherever you want, including areas you're not supposed to be in yet, and you know, it gives you the opportunity to run into some enemy and be like, oh, I could kick his ass, and then just completely obliterates you, and then you're like, oh shit, I can't go here yet, I gotta get stronger, and then it makes you want to level up and do all the things, that whatever they decide to do in the game to make you stronger, it makes you want to do that so much more, you know. Like one good example is like the Sphere Grid. Like one of the only problems with the Sphere Grid to me was that I didn't feel necessarily I didn't feel like the Sphere Grid was important sometimes. When I first played through the game, I think it was alright, because the Sphere Grid was so interesting that I wanted to see what came next, so I always, you know, got on the Sphere Grid. But the second time going through the game, I realized that I was accumulating like 20, 30 sphere levels and not going to the Sphere Grid because the game wasn't hard yet. So I didn't really feel like I needed to go on the Sphere Grid and level up because I was doing just fine against the enemies. So, you know, that's one part where they dropped the ball. Like, it would be better if in Final Fantasy X there was some way to, like, have some big enemy at the beginning of the game that made you want to jump on that Sphere Grid constantly. Be like, yes, I need to level up, I need to get stronger so I can go back and beat that. Oh, fuck, they killed Mike. You know, I gotta get stronger, I gotta beat that enemy. So, I think Final Fantasy 15 could be, like, a really good catalyst for that. But that's kind of random. In general, I think the game looks good. And like I said, if they do it right, it could be an awesome game. But it just depends on where they go with it, what they decide to do with it. Shit, I need to use some potions. I might need to get out of this cave soon. But I'm starting to think maybe I should just use up my potions, you know? Because if I use up my potions and I get out alive, I'll probably make enough money to buy all the potions back, and since there's nothing else I really want to buy, you know, this should be worth it. But we'll see. I'm gonna go try to get this chest, and then maybe one other chest, and then I'll try to escape again, save all this experience I'm getting. And I'm all out of order here. You know, I'm just gonna run. I'm out of order and it's not okay. Get out of here. Get out. Get out. Come on. Come on. Son of a dick. I wonder what fire will do. Will it like heal him or something? I just did okay damage. Okay. Well, like ice did the same thing though, so I don't know. The weaknesses in this game don't make any fucking sense. So that's it for the questions. Thanks for leaving them. Make sure to leave more, you know, in the comments. Ask me anything, as always. I love to talk. I love to talk about stuff. And now that I'm out of questions, I don't have much to talk about. So, you know, might be a lot of fast forwarding through fights and shit, but that's what we gotta do to get through this game. I can't wait till we get to, you know, the later installments, because then there'll be so much more to talk about. But for now, it's kind of just like kill enemies and move on, so there's not a ton to discuss. Let's see, I guess I'll use heal 2. Yeah, we need to get the hell out of this cave. Let's see. I mean, hopefully Mike with his 400 HP will get us out okay. Damn it, I don't need money. I used to be so excited to find money, now I don't need it anymore. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna try to get out of this cave now. So I was looking up. Some of you, if you know, or maybe you don't. One of the other things I do on the channel is I do platinum videos, which deserves some explanation because all it is just me getting the platinum, and that's the whole video. Back when I first started doing YouTube, when the PS3 came out and trophies came out. For me, being a completenist, I thought it was like the greatest thing ever. I was like, awesome, I can get platinum trophies and fantastic. So I always liked trophy hunting. And when I got my second platinum, not my first one, but my second platinum, I recorded it. And so I uploaded it, and I was just like, me getting the platinum, yada yada. It was actually Infamous. And I made it kind of a funny video. So it got kind of, a lot of people watched it. And so then I started doing, every time I got a platinum, I made a video of it. But it wasn't always funny, because I couldn't always make it fun. Why is it like sometimes you can run away from battles and other times you can't? I don't understand. It's so annoying. Like, I don't know why, it's just sometimes you literally cannot get away. And I don't know if it's because of the enemy or what it is, but just some enemies, it's like you just can't get away from them, no matter what you do. 6 hits, 256 damage in your fucking face. How did you not die? There we go. So I started doing, in the description of the videos, I started explaining like how long it took me to get the platinum and how hard the platinum was and what the hardest trophy of the platinum was, and it seems like people really like it. So I've continued to do it for all 50 some platinums I have. And sometimes the video is funny and sometimes it's not. And I probably wouldn't still be doing it because it's kind of silly. It's just a video of me getting a platinum trophy. But so many people have enjoyed it and watched it, so I was just kind of like, okay, well, since people are enjoying it, I'll keep doing it. So anyways, I was looking up platinums the other day to get, because I'm trying to go on another trophy hunt and get another couple platinums for the collection. And I was looking at the Super Meat Boy platinum, and it's fucking hysterical. I've never seen anything quite like it in all my life. And what's funny is like there's some platinum trophies out there that only like 20 or 30 people have, but it's usually because no one plays the game. Like it's a not well-known game. And then there's some games like Dark Souls and stuff that are really popular but really hard to get, and then there'll be like a couple hundred that have it, but that's it. Super Meat Boy is a very well-known game and was even given away free on PS Plus, so a lot of people have it. And four people have the platinum trophy. Or it's either 4 or 8, which is funny because 4-8. But either 4 or 8, because I read an online article that said 4 people have it, but then I went on PSN. What is it? I'm gonna save because I'm afraid I'm gonna die. I'm gonna memo save just in case. It's psnprofiles.com, I think, and they show how many people have each platinum, and they said that 8 people have it. So I don't know. It's either 4 or 8, but fucking 8 people have this platinum, and so it's pretty funny. And I was thinking about going for it until I read that, and I was like, oh, never mind. And I realized why. It's because of here's the thing. Playing through the game, I looked at the trophies, and I saw that there's trophies for beating every world and every dark world without dying. And when I saw that, I was like, that's impossible. Like, legitimately, how the fuck do you even, that's impossible. And so I kind of gave up on it then. And then I thought about it, and I was like, there's a lot of things that I said have been impossible, and then I went and did them. So maybe it's not as impossible as I'm thinking it is. You know, maybe if I practiced the levels enough and I ran it enough and spent hours and hours just grinding it, I would eventually be able to do it. And that would be true for some of the worlds. But then I realized that you have to do the last Dark World without dying. And that world is a world that, like, no one... Like, I beat the regular version of the final world. Not the dark version, but the normal version. And I looked at my trophies, and only a couple hundred people had done that, which the game only released for PS4 not too long ago, so it's a little understandable, but, like, only a couple hundred people had done that, and that's not even the Dark World version, and that's not without dying. So, I already felt like this is ridiculous, and I haven't even gotten to the Dark World version, but I saw some videos of the Dark World levels, and it's unbelievable. Like, it's one of those things that would take any human being hours to complete once. You know, like hundreds and hundreds of deaths to complete once. You know, that's the difficulty we're talking about. That's what they were going for. Like, okay, you're gonna have to die hundreds and hundreds of times before you finally beat this level. That's the difficulty they were going for. And there's a trophy for beating, you know, 20 of those levels of that difficulty in a row without dying. What the fuck? Like, in the company was quoted, and they said, we wanted to make the Platinum Trophy something that you'd be truly accomplished. You'd feel truly accomplished if you got it. And I can definitely 400 gil. Fuck that. And I totally understand that. And if I were making a game, I would make the Platinum Trophy very, very difficult to get. But there's a difference between difficult and fucking impossible. Like, there's a difference between making it very, very difficult and having a subset of people fucking able to get it. And even those people spent days and days and days practicing to get it. And these were people that were super... As far as I know, they were already super trained in it. They played it on PC and speedrun it, and I mean they're people that practice it for a living. Play the game. You made a Platinum Trophy that you have to play the game as a living to even have a chance. Oh, you know what? I'm an idiot. I was thinking I could rest and then use life, but I realized that Jen's dead, so that doesn't work. But I could do it now. I could revive her and then go rest and then revive Card. Is it Card that's dead or is it Death? It's Card. I can revive Card and then... Actually, I think she could do it now. Nope, she doesn't have any magic. So yeah, there's a limit, man. You need to make a Platinum Trophy something very difficult, but still possible. Like, I don't equate that to being possible. Even though 4 people did it, I don't equate it to being possible. Because those people play that game for a living. You know, like that's... You can't expect a gamer to play a game for a living. You can expect them to play it a lot, but you cannot expect them to play it every day of their life in order to get your damn Platinum Trophy. Like... I just couldn't believe it. I'm looking at it and I'm just like, I can't even fathom. Sorry, I had to sneeze again. I couldn't even fathom, like, what they were thinking when they made that. But, you know, it's Super Meat Boy and that's what they do. So, I guess it makes sense.